You're listening to Indepth SEO. In-depth conversations on how search, content, and AI really work.
Welcome to SEO Deep Dive by Indepth SEO. I'm Mark.
And I'm Sarah.
Today we are doing something that, let's be honest, sounds a little bit dry on the surface.
A little bit.
Okay, maybe a lot. We're talking about the SEO audit. But before you even think about skipping ahead, I need you to hear a number that genuinely made me put my coffee down this morning.
I'm listening.
93%.
Okay.
According to the research stack we've pulled together, 93% of all online experiences begin with a search engine. I mean, that's basically the entire internet.
It's the front door to everything.
It is. But here's the kicker. 75% of those users never scroll past the first page.
It's a brutal cutoff.
It's terrifying, right?
Yeah.
It means if you aren't actively auditing your site, if you're not checking under the hood to make sure everything's running smoothly, you are effectively invisible to 3/4 of your potential audience.
And I think we really need to define what invisible means, especially now in 2026.
Right. It's changed.
It's changed so much. We aren't just talking about not showing up in a list of 10 blue links anymore. That's almost old school thinking.
So what are we talking about?
If you're not optimized today, you are not showing up in AI overviews.
The AROs, yeah. They're everywhere now.
You aren't being cited by answer engines. You're not appearing in voice search results on smart speakers. I mean, the whole definition of search has expanded so dramatically.
But the penalty for getting it wrong.
The penalty is exactly the same. Total irrelevance.
That's really the context for this whole deep dive. It is 2026. The game has, well, it feels like it's completely changed. We're seeing AI overviews dominating the top of the page. We're hearing new acronyms like AEO, Answer Engine Optimization. It really feels like the goalposts have moved.
They haven't just moved. They're in a different stadium. But here's the good news. The fundamentals of a good audit haven't actually changed as much as people might fear.
Okay, that's reassuring.
Think of it like a health checkup for your website. Or, to borrow an analogy from one of our sources, think of your website like a house.
I like that.
A house.
Yeah. Over time, any house accumulates wear and tear, right? You get a leaky pipe in the bathroom, maybe some cracks in the foundation, clutter builds up in the attic.
You're describing my weekend to-do list.
Exactly. And a website is no different. It accumulates what we call technical debt.
Technical debt.
Broken links, outdated code, massive image files from 5 years ago that slow everything down. If you don't do a regular inspection, eventually the roof caves in.
And so today, our mission is to be the building inspectors.
I like that.
We're going to take this whole stack of sources. We've got checklists from Nathan Gotch, the 2026 guides from SEMrush, from Moz, and we are going to build, essentially, a battle plan.
A roadmap.
A roadmap to help you find those hidden revenue-killing mistakes. And according to the data, a good audit can potentially boost your organic traffic by, 45 to 75%?
6 months, yeah.
Yeah.
A massive, massive lift. And that's just from fixing what you already have.
Exactly. It's not about creating a bunch of new stuff. It's about making what you've got work for you.
All right. So let's grab our metaphorical flashlights and head down to the basement, the foundation of the house.
Section 1, Technical SEO and Crawlability.
This is the part where I think a lot of people's eyes just glaze over.
They do, but it is, without a doubt, the most critical piece of the puzzle. You can have the most beautiful interior design, amazing content, great videos, but if the foundation is cracked, nobody is ever coming inside to see it.
The sources kept bringing up the spider analogy. Can we just unpack that for a second?
Yeah.
I feel like crawling is a term people throw around, but they don't really know what it means.
Sure. Imagine Google as a spider. A librarian spider, maybe.
Yep.
It travels the web by following threads, which are just links. It lands on your homepage, and it immediately starts looking for all the links on that page to your about page, to your blog post, to your products.
It's following the threads.
It's crawling along those threads to discover all the other pages on your site. If it can crawl a page, it can take a copy of it and store it in its massive library, which we call the index.
And if it can't crawl it?
If it can't crawl it, it can't index it. And if it's not in the index, for our intents and purposes, you do not exist on Google.
So the very first step of any audit is basically just checking if the front door is locked.
Precisely. You have to check crawl accessibility. And in 2026, you can't just, click around your site and hope for the best. You need the big guns.
The tools.
The tools, the sources all point to the same heavy hitters. Screaming Frog, Sitebulb, and the built-in site audit tools in platforms like SEMrush or RFs.
I've fired up Screaming Frog before. It's intense. It looks like an Excel spreadsheet just exploded on your screen.
It is intimidating, I'll give you that. But it's so powerful because it's simulating that spider. You feed it your homepage URL, and it will try to follow every single link it can find, reporting back on everything it sees.
Like
Broken paths, pages that take forever to load, images that are missing, and most importantly, pages that are being blocked.
And there's one file that can do that blocking, right? Even before you run a tool.
Yes. Before you do anything else, you have to manually check one simple text file on your server. It's called the robots.txt file.
The gatekeeper.
The ultimate gatekeeper. It's a tiny, tiny file, but it has immense power. It gives direct instructions to the bots. It says things like allowed.blog, but disallow.admin area.
Okay, that makes sense. You don't want Google indexing your backend.
Right. But this is where people accidentally commit, digital suicide.
Oh.
I have seen this happen more than once. A major e-commerce site launches a beautiful redesign. They've been working on it for months. But the